Hello there, Catherine Walters, the Joy Coach. The question I have for you today is, what can you possibly learn from a blade of grass? Now, that may seem like a really stupid or silly question, but I learned a lot from a blade of grass many years ago. You see, when I looked at a tree or a person, a baby, a plant, a flower, I could see their worth, I could see their value. I'd look even at a blade of grass or an ant, and I would see the value of those too. But when I looked at myself or thought about my life, not at all. I felt I was unworthy of being here, of taking up space, of breathing the air I was breathing. I was unworthy, undeserving, totally not good enough. And when it came to lovable, to me it was a joke. You see, I knew my family loved me. I knew my ex-partner loved me. But I didn't love me. I even wrote, like you would spelling words, I am loving, loved, and lovable. But when I got to lovable, I could hardly write the word. And if I did, I would just laugh or joke it off or scratch it out and go, yeah, right. And I would say, forget this and toss it aside in anger because I didn't believe it. And what would happen is I would get into this never-ending cycle, it would seem, where when I didn't do something right or up to my very high perfectionist standards, I would get angry at myself. And then I would be so critical and start to hate myself and just go down into this deep spiral and keep going around and around in this loop. And then finally I'd get out a little bit. And then I would do something that was maybe okay. And I'd start to pick up a little bit. And then I'd go and start again where I felt good enough, at least maybe for a time being, to try something else. And then I would just fail. And it would just go around and around and around. And it was all because I didn't love myself. So I ended my relationship with my ex-partner because I knew that if I was going to really find true happiness and joy in my life, I had to love myself. And now many people think that self-love is actually the hardest of them all. And I would agree with that because once you are, it's easier, for me at least, to love everybody else than it is to look in the mirror or look at something that I've done and not find fault. So over this journey, this lifetime really, but maybe others as well, but definitely in this lifetime and especially for the last 20 years, I've been on this journey to self-love. And it's been amazing and challenging, but I know it's been my purpose because I get it. Now I'm blessed to say I can look in the mirror and I can smile and look into my eyes, my own eyes, and just say, I love you, and take it in. And it feels so good. And I can just be happy and joyful, whether I'm making thousands of dollars that day or nothing, or having a great day or a crappy day. It doesn't matter, because when you love yourself, when I love myself, you can be happy for no reason, joyful just because. So this is a wonderful place to be. And I know that this is a starting point because when we love, honor, respect, accept ourselves, and by accepting ourselves, I mean we can be a size 6 or we can be a plus size. We can be bald or have a full head of hair. No matter what we look like or whether we've made a mistake or done something well, whether we receive compliments or people look at us and just like, what's wrong with you? Or or whether we have to take responsibility for a mistake, or whatever it is, that we can do so and love ourselves through it. For self-love is the basis of all love. And when you have self-love, oh my goodness. Why? Because self-love, the basis of all loving relationships, means that you can attract your soulmate when you love yourself. You can attract that one that's really going to help you. The two of you can create that most amazing, wonderful, love, committed relationship. When you love yourself, you're able to speak up and ask for what you need, or communicate to family members and dear friends or a boss what it is that you need to say. You can set boundaries without having to second guess yourself. You are able to please yourself. You don't have to please everyone else. You can stop that never-ending cycle of overgiving and overdoing and overcommitting and over everything. And instead, fill yourself up first, or not have to do anything, because you know deep inside that you're good enough no matter what. Or with your health, you just love yourself so much that you're able to make the best choices, which that means getting up and going for a walk or a run in the rain, or going to bed earlier, or not eating something. You do that because that's loving yourself. You're able to make the best choices for yourself. And that includes your work too, because when you're passionate about your work and you love your work, that might mean that you become an entrepreneur like I did, or you are just changing careers because you know that something else, that inside, that voice inside of you tells you that that's really what you're meant to do. And the thing is, what I know about self-love is that it's deep inside of us. It's that center of us, like true north on a compass. And when you have self-love, everything else stems from there and flows smoothly and more easily in all directions, because the self-love doesn't waver, doesn't fall off with just the slightest thing, or a criticism, or something happening in your life. You're able to stay on center because your center is self-love. Now, I'd love to hear your comments about this video blog. So please email me at Catherine@guidedchange.com, or you can leave a response on my blog. I'd be happy to reply to it there. But let me know, what resonated with you about what I've said. You might want to put on a continuum from 1 to 10, 10 being strong self-love and 1 being little or minimal self-love, and say, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 5. I'm pretty good. Well, I'm average. Or 9, I'm pretty strong in self-love. Or 1, I think I was at that place where you were, Catherine. And that's okay. And then you might even want to say, where do you get stuck? And I've seen basically 4 places where beliefs that people have where they get stuck with self-love. 1 is, I'm not deserving. Another is, I'm unworthy. Another is, I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or some version of not enoughness. And the 4th is, I'm unlovable. So let me know that too, and then anything else that you would like to share. So again, please reply to this post, or email me at Catherine@guidedchange.com, and I'll be happy to get back in touch with you. And also, just post your comments so that I can continue to create more great content on this area, for I know it's my true purpose. Because self-love, as I said, is the true center of who you are. For when you love yourself, you're able to see with loving eyes everyone in your life and in the world around you with love. Peace, love, and joy to each of you. Namaste.